Rodgers floats it. Penalty flag as the catch is made by Finley. But a flag is down in the middle of the field. Packers say it's against Pittsburgh. Is it a touchdown for Finley?
Thrown. Holding. Number 23 defense. That penalty will be declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
I mean, that touchdown right there just shows you how athletic and how good Jermichael Finley is.
Well, you got Ryan Clark, who's 5'11", and Jermichael Finley, who's 6'5". And so, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he wants to get this ball up as best he can. And right there, it's just playing basketball. Post him up and let the bigger guy go up and make a play, and that's what he was able to do.
Both quarterbacks now over 300 yards passing in this game. Jermichael Finley has his 4th touchdown reception of the season. You can see how the 4th quarter has been a problem for the Steelers. The points allowed 29th in the NFL during the final quarter. It's now a 3-point game as Roethlisberger steps up and hits Hines Ward to the Green Bay 35. They'll mark him down at the 34. A 29-yard completion from Ben Roethlisberger.
They do a good job off play action. A lot of times the play action protections are the most solid protection that you can get. And he gets good time. This is a perfectly thrown ball by Ben Roethlisberger. Atari Bigby is in pretty good position. He bites just enough, flattens out. And Roethlisberger lays it perfectly over his head right into Hines Ward.
For Ben, it's his 5th 300-yard passing game this season. That's a new Steeler record. The ball's handed off to Willie Parker. Good for 2, and back to the completion to Hines Ward.
I mean, from considering how far Roethlisberger has to throw this ball, I mean, he sees that Bigby is in a position to be able to make a play, and he knows he cannot underthrow that ball. He's got to get it out there, and he does. And a good job there by Hines Ward of being able to bring it in. I thought it was interesting talking to Hines Ward. You know, here he is in his 12th year, and asked him how much longer he's going to play. He said, well, it's not like I'm going to lose a step. I never had one to lose.
Here's Parker again on 2nd down, picks up 1. Hines Ward, who's been playing with a strained hamstring, is over 1,000 yards for the season. So that means that both he and Santonio Holmes, his teammates, are over 1,000 yards.
Pretty good. You know, he said that growing up that Michael Irvin was his favorite receiver, and he's always kind of compared his career to the numbers of Michael Irvin, and he's there, and you know, he felt pretty good about that, knowing what Michael was able to go on and accomplish.
The Hall of Famer Michael Irvin, and now that psycho package. Roethlisberger completes. 1st down, Heath Miller. 12-yard completion to the Pittsburgh tight end.
You know, they've had A.J. Hawk locked up on Heath Miller a few times, and that's just hard duty. It's hard on it's hard on anyone who's trying to cover Heath Miller. We haven't had seen too many guys have much success in doing that, but Heath Miller is able to turn around a big body, and then Roethlisberger puts it right on him.
1st down to the Green Bay 18. Parker carries, takes it to the 16. All right, Kurt, thank you. And an 8-game winning streak for the San Diego Chargers, leading now by 3. 2nd and 7. Make it 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, pump fake from Roethlisberger, and the pass incomplete. Out of the back of the end zone in the direction of Hines Ward, who gets up gimpy. 3rd down and 8.
I think you got to be pretty impressed with what we've seen from both of these offenses and the job that they've done moving the football, putting points on the board, and then also the big plays. You know, Bruce Arians, in talking with him, and you know, and you mentioned it, Joe, he feels that they've had a balanced attack, and I would agree with that when you look at the numbers and what the receivers and Mendenhall, and then of course Ben Roethlisberger. He'll likely go for over 4,000 yards before this season is over.
Big 3rd down here for the Steelers as Roethlisberger throws it out of the back of the end zone. And so Green Bay's defense holds. And a field goal attempt coming up from Reed, and the best he can do is make it a 6-point game.
Well, they had a shot there to Hines Ward. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Hines looked like he was expecting a better opportunity to make a play, and Roethlisberger either didn't realize that he was going to come open on that like he did, or the ball just got away from him.
Looked like Hines Ward kind of turned it on about halfway through that route. Roethlisberger had already let it go. 34-yard try by Reed. Good snap, good hold. Reed gets it. He's 2 for 2. And the Steelers have a 6-point lead with 9:45 left in the game. Big day for Ben Roethlisberger. Some big plays from Aaron Rodgers. And a short kick taken by Bishop, a backup linebacker, and Green Bay will start at their own 38. Good starting field position for the Packers, down by 6. And we welcome you inside the booth. I'm Joe, that's Troy, and another look at this Green Bay offense, which has been so good during this 5-game winning streak, and now trying to move the ball again on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, well, I think both offenses have been outstanding. I think both quarterbacks are playing great. Aaron Rodgers doing a nice job. Numbers could be better than what they are if he had been able to get some of those balls caught. But Ben Roethlisberger is having himself an outstanding game here tonight.
346 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rodgers has been sacked only once, throws behind Jermichael Finley, who makes the catch. His 7th of the game, and a gain of 5.
I tell you, that didn't look like much, a gain of 5 yards, but that was a pretty athletic catch there by Jermichael Finley. We've been talking about him and all the things that he's able to do, his versatility. But a ball that was thrown behind him, and he makes a nice move in order to get behind that and make a play.
Yardage-wise, Jennings has the most. Catches-wise, Finley leads this team with 7. Timeout, Green Bay. Their second. We'll take a break. 6-point game, 9 minutes, 11 seconds left. Green Bay trying to win their 6th in a row. Super Bowl champs, the defending Super Bowl champs, trying to avoid their 6th consecutive loss. Finley circled at the bottom of your screen. 2nd down. That's Finley. And Finley stretches for a 1st down.
Rocket pass complete from Finley, tackled by Gay. 1st and 10. At the Green Bay 49.
We welcome in a new audience in a matchup of the number 4 overall defense against the number 2 overall defense. Steelers have lost 5 in a row. Packers have won 5 in a row. It's been a shootout. Both quarterbacks over 300 yards passing. Green Bay down by 6. On 1st down, Rodgers throws. Jordy Nelson. Nice adjustment and a good throw from Aaron Rodgers in front of William Gay. 27 yards and a Green Bay 1st down.
We've seen the Packers operate almost exclusively here out of the empty set with Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. Now they got William Gay here, a ball that was well thrown, and put it in the only place that he could really put it where Jordy Nelson had an opportunity, because Gay was actually in pretty good position defensively, but nice execution there. On the previous play, the Steelers finally blitzed that formation, and that's when they got the slant completion there to Jermichael Finley.
Delayed handoff. That's Ryan Grant. Ryan Grant will scoot in for the touchdown. And this Steelers defense and this Steelers team has been victimized again in the final quarter.
Well, this time they go with a 2-back set. You see Ryan Grant in the I formation. Corey Hall leading the way as the fullback. Good blocking down the field by Jordy Nelson. One of the first times Ryan Grant has seen any daylight.
I'll say that gives Green Bay the lead. It's 28-27. The Fox box is going crazy. Ryan Grant, before that, 6 carries for 17 yards. And that one good for 24. And after the extra point, a Packer lead.
Well, what a great job there by the Green Bay Packers. Defensively, they're able to hold the Steelers to a field goal on their first possession, or on their last possession. And they come right back down the field and answer with a touchdown of their own.
And head coach Mike McCarthy, who is from Pittsburgh, grew up in the Greenfield area, is pumped up. 30 passes left for family and friends. He had a family dinner last night about 5 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh. And here he is bringing his red-hot Green Bay Packers into Pittsburgh. And the Packers have their first lead, 1 point, with 7:49 left in the game as the shootout continues. No defending Super Bowl champion has ever lost 6 straight the following season, and that's what's on the line here for the Steelers, along with a lot of pride, as they have currently lost 5 in a row. Here's Stephon Logan, and Logan takes it out to the 31. Here's a recap for you if you're just joining us. How about 60 yards to start the day? First play from scrimmage to Mike Wallace, touchdown Pittsburgh. How about 83 yards to Greg Jennings going the other way to tie it? The Welding Moore with a touchdown catch. Mendenhall a touchdown run. Aaron Rodgers flips one for Finley after a field goal by Jeff Reed. The Packers down the field, handed off to Ryan Grant. 24 yards, a touchdown, an extra point, and a lead. 12 plays of 20 or more yards in this game total. 28-27 Packers. Mendenhall tries the right side, breaks through. Penalty flag on the play. Penalty flag is thrown in the area of a hold.
Holding. Number 10 offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
It's wide receiver Santonio Holmes.
Yeah, we've seen Santonio Holmes get involved a lot on the perimeter blocking. He's done a good job for most of the evening, but he did have a hold of the jersey there of Tramon Williams. You know, one thing over the years, of course, Hines Ward sets the standard, but these wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers for many years have done a heck of a job. That time Santonio Holmes got a little too aggressive.
Makes it 1st and 20. Roethlisberger comes underneath the Mendenhall, and he's got basically nowhere to go. First guy there, Tramon Williams. This January, Fox once again brings you the greatest week in college football, beginning on New Year's Day with the All-State Sugar Bowl, the AT&T Cotton Bowl, the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, and finally the FedEx Orange Bowl. The Bowl Bash begins New Year's Day on Fox in high def. There are the matchups. As we look ahead to New Year's Day and beyond, it's 6.5 left. Steelers down 1. Roethlisberger nowhere to throw it. Breaks loose and now airs it out for Hines Ward. Downfield, what a catch! Jared Bush is victimized again. 53 yards for Roethlisberger and Hines Ward.
And this is why Bruce Arians doesn't talk to Roethlisberger about the sacks that he takes, because he's able to keep this play alive where a lot of guys would have already unloaded it. You see the maneuverability that he shows, and he had Hines Ward in behind Jared Bush. And he sees him late, gets as much on it as what he can. Jared Bush, I'll tell you, he made up ground because Roethlisberger could not get it out far enough. He just never turned to make a play on the ball.
Play clock winding down. Play action from Roethlisberger. Over the middle, Heath Miller had a hand on him by A.J. Hawk, but no flag. And Roethlisberger can't believe it. And A.J. Hawk has seen enough of Heath Miller in this game.
Yeah, I think so. I think this Green Bay defense has seen enough of Heath Miller in this game. And I think it was a good non-call. I mean, you saw that A.J. Hawk reached out, and I couldn't tell if he got a hold of him or not. It didn't look to me like he actually got a grab on him, but the way Heath Miller reacted, you sure thought that he might have.
Now over 400 yards on the day against the number 2 ranked defense is Roethlisberger. Good play by Charles Woodson. Knocked it away from Hines Ward. Now it's 3rd down with under 5.5 minutes to play. This is a Pittsburgh team that is trying to fight back. Now behind on the scoreboard for the first time in this game. Another new audience joins us. 3rd down and 10 for the Steelers, down by 1. 5:24 left. Roethlisberger over 400 yards passing in this game. Penalty flag is thrown on the play as Roethlisberger fights for 1st down yardage, but a flag is down. And it's coming back.
Holding. Number 79. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 3rd down.
I think it was more like self-defense. You're going to see Colin Jenkins goes right through Trey Essex. And the only thing that he can do is try to grab him. He was on his way on his back.
I'll tell you what, that's a big penalty because it moves the ball back to the 33. Now you're talking about a 51-yard field goal attempt, which would equal the longest in the history of this stadium. That's provided the Steelers don't get anything here on 3rd and 20. A game that has featured one big play after another. Roethlisberger trying to find somewhere to go with it. Now throws, and he hits Mendenhall, who's to the 25. An 8-yard gain. And now you're talking about a 43-yard try from Jeff Reed, who just squeaked one in his last time from 34 yards out. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and he'll try to put Pittsburgh back on top.
Reed attempt a 43-yard field goal.
Sepulveda, the holder, clears out the area where he will place it for this try from Jeff Reed. Nothing is a given in this stadium. Tough place to kick. And the field goal is good. Steelers back on top by 2. The difference in this game is a 34-yard miss on the other end in the first half by the Packers kicker Mason Crosby, and there's the execution by the field goal unit for Pittsburgh.
I just don't know if you can say enough about the job that Ben Roethlisberger has done in this game. Aaron Rodgers as well, but Ben Roethlisberger going in against this defense of the Packers, the 3rd-ranked defense, giving up an average of under 190 yards a game, and yet here he is, over 400 yards passing here today.
Career high is 433. So he's approaching that, and it brings up the bigger point. First of all, the Steelers, if you're just joining us, I know we keep saying this, but they've lost 5 straight. They've lost 7 on the season, and all 7 defeats have been by 8 points or less, and there have been some heartbreaking 4th quarter leads lost during the course of this 5-game losing streak. 2 leads lost against the Raiders of all teams. 1 lost at Baltimore on a Sunday night. And the Steelers are literally 1 play here, 1 play there from game to game of having an above 500 record and a legitimate shot at the postseason.
Well, not making those plays is why Mike Tomlin says that he doesn't feel that he's got a great defensive unit. Well, they get a chance here to see if they can sustain the lead.
How about an onside field kick try, and it is to perfection. Recovered by Pittsburgh and Ike Taylor. Now a penalty flag is thrown. Did it go 10 yards? It's got to get to the 40 before it's touched by Ike Taylor. And a late flag is thrown, and there's the sign for illegal touch. When you talk about a gamble, when you lead by 2 to try an onside kick, I don't get it. But they almost got it, and now we'll check the call. A late flag was thrown.
Illegal
when the Packers
touch.
sideline went after the official.
Prior to it going 10 yards, Pittsburgh, by rule, Green Bay ball at the spot of the touch, 1st and 10.
Now, I don't understand this one at all. Let's first see if it went 10 yards. And
Nope.
it did not. Ike Taylor there is to make the he was in a good position, and if he had gotten 10 yards, then he recovers it without any problems. But he just didn't want to wait until it got to that point. The Packers knew right away. But to go back to the decision, I don't get it on a number of levels. One, you've got the lead, you've got momentum, you just went down the field to take the lead, and to give or take a chance on giving the ball to the Green Bay Packers with a short field and not put your defense back out there on the field makes no sense to me at all.
I mean, yeah, the Steelers are playing without Troy Polamalu, but you're basically saying to Dick LeBeau's group, we'd rather try and get the ball on an onside kick than put you back on the field in a normal position.
It would have made more sense if the Packers needed a touchdown to regain the lead.
They're only 2 points down, trying to set something up for Finley. Incomplete, game break. And how about Rivers during the month of December? Moves to 17-0, and there is Mason Crosby, who's 0 for 1 in this game and who has struggled. 2nd and 10 from the 39. Pass complete to Jordy Nelson. Takes it just outside the 30. Crosby, who has missed from 34 in this game, has now missed in 4 straight games from inside 45 yards, and he's missed to this end of the field. As right now the Packers are inside field goal range at the moment. Green Bay left with only 1 timeout.
Yeah, I'm still trying to go back to Mike Tomlin's thinking on the onside kick. I say it would have made more sense. I don't think it made any sense regardless of what the score was with a lead. But if it meant that the Packers had to go down and get a touchdown, then at least you're saying our defense can hold up and keep them from getting in the end zone. But well, you're giving them a lot of advantages when you give them a short field, and all they need to do is get the field goal to regain the lead.
Mason Crosby missed from 34. Here it is. Back in the first half. Pushed it, and he's talked about this, not finishing his kicks. And he's kind of gone back to his fundamentals about driving through the ball and getting to the other side like a golfer. Finishing on his left side, and there again he hung one out to the right, didn't get through it, and so he is not a confident kicker. As right now the Packers are on the edge of his range in a spot that's tough to kick, open end of this field. Right now you're talking about a 49-yard try.
And you talk about, when you start working with mechanics and fundamentals, you're working on those things during the course of the week. And then you're just hoping that when you get into the game that you can continue to execute the way that you did in practice. And boy, when you're struggling, it is hard. It is hard to block out the negatives.
All that's a long way of saying this is a big 3rd and 1 for Green Bay. Pass is complete. Jermichael Finley's had another big game. Down to the 20-yard line, a completion of 10 yards, and now Green Bay can start to work some of the clock.
And that's what they're going to want to do. And Jermichael Finley actually does a good job after he catches that ball. He immediately secures it. He was expecting a collision right away. He might have been able to get a little more yardage had he been anticipating that he was going to have some space to run. But he protected the football, knowing he had the first down, and did not want to risk putting it on the ground.
9 catches for Finley, 74 yards. Green Bay's 5 of 6 on 3rd down this half. Ryan Grant, what a good play by Casey Hampton.
Good play by Casey Hampton. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if he got stepped on or just got tripped up, but that was almost a disaster there in the backfield.
Now timeouts taken by Pittsburgh.
You see how Aaron Rodgers came out awkwardly, but yet was, fortunately for the Packers, able to still make the exchange.
We talked about it. Now we'll give you a look at it. Pittsburgh's lost 5 games this season in the final 15 seconds of regulation or in overtime. Week 2, Robbie Gould with 15 seconds left. Andre Caldwell, week 3, touchdown catch. Ryan Suckup, a field goal in overtime. Billy Cundiff, a field goal in overtime in the Ravens game. And then Lewis Murphy, a touchdown catch as the Steelers blew 2 fourth-quarter leads in a home loss to the Oakland Raiders. But here, Mike Tomlin, if the Steelers lose this game, will walk out of here having to explain that onside kick try after his club had just taken a 2-point lead. Second and 14. Blitz. Packers pick it up. James Jones incomplete. Don't forget, immediately following our action here in Pittsburgh, it's the OT presented by Lowe's. So much to talk about with 2 games remaining on the schedule after this weekend for the regular season. 3rd and 14. And I think Green Bay has to forget about the first down and try and get a little more yardage to make it easier on Crosby. Be a 43-yard try from here. Another blitz. Pass is caught. Jones, touchdown. James Jones with his 5th touchdown catch of the season.
Touchdown.
Well, the rookie Joe Burnett fell down in coverage, which is why Jones was as open as he was. Here he is, Joe Burnett. And you see the move to the post there, and Burnett jumps on it. And then as he tries to come back out of it, he was already beat, but he slipped. And even if he had been able to keep his footing, good route there by James Jones, selling the post, coming back to the corner. And Aaron Rodgers with great protection. They brought Jermichael Finley in to help solidify that in the middle. Pittsburgh brought the blitz. And that group up front did a good job giving Rodgers time to make the throw.
The offense stays out on the field to go for 2. They can still only make it a 6-point game. Well, why not? Packers this season 2 for 4 on 2-point tries. They've gone to Jennings twice. This one is complete to Jackson. And it's a 36-30 score. And now if the Steelers get into the end zone, everything would be riding on an extra point. And the celebration by the Green Bay Packers, who are now 2 minutes and 6 seconds away from their 6th consecutive victory and a tough road win in Mike McCarthy's hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Now you go back to the touchdown, and a good call by Mike McCarthy and a great route on the outside by James Jones. I mean, you sell it to the post, come back, and running that route on the rookie with no contest.
So a 24-yard touchdown run by Ryan Grant, followed by a 24-yard touchdown pass to James Jones. And we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. And again, the onside kick try, I mean, we can keep talking about it, but when have you ever seen a head coach with the Steelers, at least recently, worry about throwing his defense back on the field and making the Green Bay Packers drive to get the go-ahead points?
I can't wait to hear his explanation, because I don't understand that decision at all.
Noeldy Moore lets it get behind him. Here is Stephon Logan on the return. And Logan can't get to the 15. He's to the 13-yard line with 2:01 remaining in the game. Here is that onside kick attempt. And because it was touched by Ike Taylor right there at the 39-yard line, it didn't travel the necessary 10 yards. It's an illegal touch. And Green Bay took over at the 39 and took it down into the end zone.
And the one thing about it is if they had executed it properly, if Ike Taylor doesn't reach out and grab it with his hand at 9 yards and waits till he's at 10 yards, you know, they get the ball. But it makes no sense to kind of take that risk.
Roethlisberger completes, penalty flag on the play as we're at the 2-minute warning. Pass is caught by Heath Miller for 6 yards. And we'll get the call. Pittsburgh has 1 timeout remaining. And they need a touchdown.
Prior to the pass being thrown, holding, number 21 defense. That penalty will be accepted. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Might as well take it. 1:54 remaining. Pittsburgh is down by 6, trying to avoid their 6th consecutive loss. 1:54 remaining. A new audience joins us here in Pittsburgh. Steelers down by 6. Roethlisberger steps up and cannot avoid the sack. That's Papinga, who gets his hands on the feet of Ben Roethlisberger and brings him down. Clock continues to wind. Steelers have to wait for Hines Ward to get all the way back down the field. Under a minute and a half to go. Second down. Pass is to Heath Miller, who hops out of bounds. A gain of 7. Jared Bush on the stop. This is a game that has featured one big play after another. Both quarterbacks over 300 yards. Roethlisberger's over 400 yards, and the last score to James Jones after the Steelers had kicked a field goal to take a 2-point lead. They tried an onside kick. An illegal touch. Packers took over at the Steeler 39 and got it into the end zone. 2-point conversion and a 6-point lead. Third down and 7. Little pump by Roethlisberger. Hangs on, and he's nearly picked off. Stepping in front was Tramon Williams, and it's now 4th and 7.
And what we're seeing from the Packers right now, you got Johnny Jolly. He's standing up, and no one's really trying to come after Ben Roethlisberger. They're giving him time in the pocket. They've got 8 defenders dropping into coverage, and the only thing they don't want is him breaking contain and then putting pressure out on the edges, because if he becomes a threat to run the ball, then you've got defenders coming off of receivers. They're just trying to keep him in the pocket and make him throw, and the Packers are doing a good job covering everyone up.
It's 4th down. Steelers have got to convert. Roethlisberger over the middle, hits Santonio Holmes. First down, Pittsburgh, as they stay alive at the Green Bay 46, 32 yards to Santonio Holmes.
And this time, with time in the pocket, Roethlisberger's able to find Holmes. Nick Barnett, the linebacker, in a pretty good position, but a perfectly thrown ball. We've seen a lot of these from Roethlisberger here today.
A career-high 449 yards passing for Ben Roethlisberger. These two teams practice against a similar defense they're facing in this game, a 3-4 scheme. And it shows. Up and down the field, these two offenses have gone. Penalty flag as that ball is knocked into the air by Woodson. Intended for Mike Wallace,
holding.
Nearly picked off.
Number 78, 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So Max starts.
Woodson actually should have intercepted that ball, Joe. We're going to see the hold. Well, Clay Matthews, who's had a heck of a game as well, and clearly a hold. But here's the other side of it. Charles Woodson actually plays it pretty well, comes underneath, has got a chance to make a play on the ball. He had 1 interception last week against the Bears, dropped 2 others. Well, he could have had another one on that last play.
He's got 8 on the year, 9 takeaways. He is lurking in the secondary for Green Bay. First down and 20. The pass is batted up, picked off. off. Penalty flag on the play. Hines Ward is down, indicating it's against Green Bay, and we'll see. Jared Bush with the interception. Chiller knocked it into the air, but let's get the call. Referee is John Perry.
Prior to the pass being thrown, illegal contact, number 54, defense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down, Pittsburgh.
So another penalty, Troy, on Brandon Chiller.
Yep, he's the nickel linebacker, and he comes out and knocks Hines Ward down. And he's also the one who's then able to get a hand on the ball, which led to the interception, but a good call there by the officials. You got McCarthy trying to say the ball was tipped. It wasn't tipped until after Chiller had knocked Ward onto the ground.
Pittsburgh has one timeout left. 51 seconds. Have to get it into the end zone. Roethlisberger avoids the sack and throws it away. Second down and 10 with 43 seconds remaining. The OT presented by Lowe's immediately after the action here in Pittsburgh. Two streaks on the line. Mike Tomlin's defending Super Bowl champs, trying to avoid their 6th consecutive loss. Ben Roethlisberger, his quarterback, has set a new career high with 449 yards passing. And before the snap,
False start, number 78. Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
it starts again.
Yeah, I thought actually they might call that on Clay Matthews. It looked like he might have got into the neutral zone, or maybe it was because of Starks that Matthews is the one. But I thought Matthews started first, but no, you see that Starks, he moved that left shoulder, and that's what Clay Matthews was cluing on. And as soon as Starks moved, here he came.
Second down and 15. Over the middle, pass incomplete for Hines Ward, and it's Charles Woodson who was there defending and ended up on his stomach and on the grass. 39 seconds left, and it's third down.
I think Roethlisberger was expecting a little bit more there on the route because they had a chance. There was a nice seam in there behind Charles Woodson. Safety was cheating over the other way, and a nice lane, and Hines went inside.
Well, there was a lot of contact with Charles Woodson.
And Charles Woodson's been called several times, and he got away with one on that play.
Third down and 15. Roethlisberger throws, and the pass is caught by Heath Miller. At the 36, and a conversion on third down.
Well, Jared Bush is underneath this route in a great position, and it looked like the ball wouldn't, well, it was a perfectly thrown ball. Initially, I thought that Jared Bush might have been able to make a play on that ball, but Ben turned it loose and put it up high, and it's a wonder that Heath Miller was able to get around and locate that and make the catch.
Heath Miller has had a tremendous game. 6 catches, 103 yards. 32 seconds left. Jenkins coming and gets the sack. A penalty flag comes in. Colin Jenkins got there, but a flag thrown on the play.
Holding, number 26, defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's an extra defensive back, Josh Bell.
Well, there it is. You got Holmes trying to come out of the route, and Bell has got a hold on him. And Colin Jenkins, I mean, he had done a nice job on his part, coming in and then getting Roethlisberger to the ground. And this is hard on those big guys. So you see Jenkins there at the defensive end position, just goes right around Starks. Getting there is one thing, and then the hard part's getting Ben to the ground. But you know, to have to continually come with the pass rush, these guys are starting to get a little gassed up front.
3 penalties on this drive against Green Bay. They are the most penalized team in the NFL. Gives Pittsburgh another first down. Roethlisberger, whip time, throws, completes. Heath Miller, first down inside the 20. And Pittsburgh will use their final timeout. 18 seconds left. And Mike McCarthy will talk to Nick Barnett, his middle linebacker, after the completion for another first down.
That's Charles Woodson. They're basically playing a 3 deep. It's actually 2 deep with Charles Woodson then playing deep middle. And you wonder why they're able to get this completion. It's a 3-man rush, and so Roethlisberger has some time, and then it's just a matter of Heath Miller finding a hole within those zones. You know, Clay Matthews doing everything that he can, but because of the timeout, they were able to work the middle of the field, and now they're in a great position to take shots into the end zone.
Now for Ben Roethlisberger, a franchise record 484 yards passing against the Packers, a team that came in number 3 defending the pass this season. 18 seconds left, no timeouts. Roethlisberger slings it incomplete for Mike Wallace.
That would have been interesting, because if Mike Wallace catches that ball, he likely does not get into the end zone. And then they would have to run up and then spike the ball, which they would have had time to do that, and would have given one more play. But right there, the Packers were in a good position if he was able to make that catch to get him to the ground. But right now, with the amount of time that's left, anything over the middle of the field with the clock still running, they're going to have a hard time getting up to the line to clock it.
Second down. Roethlisberger gets away from Cullen Jenkins. Buys time, throws out of the back of the end zone. And now 3 seconds remain. We're down to the final play. And Ben Roethlisberger, who has the biggest passing day of any quarterback in the league this season, 484 yards passing against Green Bay, will have one more try.
And even that play right there, he thought he would throw it in a position to give his guy and only his guy an opportunity to make the play. And it was just a ball that was a little too high, but this is it right here.
Roethlisberger throws, end zone, touchdown, Mike Wallace with no time left. That ties it with the extra point to come. We're tied at 36.
Well, they go after Josh Bell. He was active last week for the first time all season. He's one-on-one on Mike Wallace, and he's in a good position, but you know, Wallace is looking back for the ball. Roethlisberger knows it's one-on-one. He puts it on his back shoulder, and Wallace comes back and makes the play. A heck of a job of knowing where he was and keeping his feet in bounds.
It's like Santonio Holmes in the Super Bowl. Just did keep his feet in bounds, made the catch falling out. They're going to look at it, but it looked like with every replay we've had, Mike Wallace, the rookie out of Ole Miss, kept his feet in, made the catch with no time remaining. With the extra point to come at the moment, we're tied at 36. We're in a booth review. Every look confirms the touchdown, but we'll get the official call as you look at the effort by Mike Wallace. Tapping the toes down, making the catch, falling out of bounds. Touchdown was the call. Here comes John Perry.
After reviewing the play stands as called. Touchdown by rule. We will extend the game to the point after the score.
Because the Packers were good on the 2-point try, it comes down to the extra point by Jeff Reed, who has not missed one this season. Mike Tomlin can breathe a sigh of relief as he doesn't have to really worry about answering the questions about an odd onside kick try with a 2-point lead. This to win it. Steelers win. Their losing streak is over. How about 503 yards passing for Ben Roethlisberger? What a day. Best in the NFL since November of 2006. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.